How's it going?
I'm going good. We just had this bit of a catch up of what we've been up to in the past year. You've got a stable job and you've got a house, an actual house, not just a Bell's house.
Yeah, no, I had a real glow up since the last the last stream that we did. But I think otherwise, a lot of other things will be quite similar. You know, getting towards the end of the year, COVID's winding down, but there's a looming new variant. So I can't wait to be locked indoors again in about 6 months' time.
I know, right? Like people posting, oh, there's no more lockdowns, we're all vaccinated. Where should it?
Oh yeah, have you seen? It's apparently Omicron in South Africa now.
Yeah, they have really good like labs that detect this kind of thing. They're like, we figured out what's going on. It's scary, but not much we can do about it.
No, because even if it picks up, I think the strategy will be like before, is to pretend everything's fine until long after it's not.
Nice.
No, so I remember you said you were trying to grind for a particular item here on the island.
Yeah, well, it's not so much an item, but like an event. But we've got a lot of, let's look at all the changes that we've made. Like, we're working slowly and refreshing the island because we've had a big 2.0 drop. Are you still playing Animal Crossing or?
I haven't revisited in a bit. What happened with me is at the start of the year, I was still doing the turnip trading that I was doing.
Yeah.
You know, buying low, selling high, all that sort of stuff. But then my girlfriend said that she didn't want me to do it because she wanted to time travel back to her birthday and go through all the birthday celebration stuff.
Yeah.
And she still hasn't done it. Her birthday is in January.
We're both a bit quiet. I do not know how to. Maze is in the chat. Hi, Maze. I do not know how to fix that.
I have gain on my end, but you probably have to turn us up in your mixer.
Yeah, I've got Discord audio like as high as it can.
Because I can turn myself up.
Oh, here we go. Oh, suddenly. I'm really quiet. That is purely because my microphone is 500 miles away. I got a new PC, but it fits my. I have to get a separate microphone. Tom is good and I'm quiet. Okay, I got. Which is weird. Normally people say I'm loud.
No, that's all right. We could do gear talk. What are you running on? What's your microphone?
My microphone is a Blue Snowball. I've had it for a while.
Yeah.
I got a new PC.
Right.
It's my birthday present, but it was pre-made because I cannot be bothered trying to fix it up by myself in the middle of a lockdown. And which means I've sort of installed OBS and stuff. And I fixed it. I've got audio input captures, my mic. Yes.
Right. So you'd be able to just USB in your snowball there.
Yeah.
For input capture.
Yeah, but it's like
Have
you
you
know,
got
like the volume mix is like all the way up. I can't make it any louder.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you just have to do it physically and bring the microphone closer.
Hello. Yeah.
There we go. That's sounding better.
That's
So
me yelling, really. We'll
For the
figure
video
it out.
capture, have you got a PCI capture right there on the motherboard, or you got like one of those external Elgato things?
The game is being captured through Elgato.
Yeah.
So that's where all the game audio is coming through. I have no idea what that is, but I'm sure if I look up the specs, I'll be able to give you a better answer. I think also
Right.
OBS is trying to sort of overcorrect for my audio. It's like, you're being very loud, so we'll make you quieter. I posted in Discord, add a gain filter to your mic. Okay. Where is Discord? Here we go.
That
Filter. Okay, yeah, cool.
that depends. In the in the OBS mixer, you're hitting the red. Are you clipping, or are you still in the green and the yellow?
I am very low in the green, but I'm gonna try what Mace tells me, which is
You might just
it is not giving me any filters, Mace.
Might just need to turn up your slider.
Yeah, the slide is all the way up, and it's not giving me any filters, like, at all. And I don't know if that means I have to download this filter somewhere. What's audio quality? The plus at the bottom screen. Yeah, like, I tried that. And I'm just, like, increasing my volume by, like, 7, which might be too loud. How is this? Is this any better? Press cross down the bottom. Well, I've moved all my stuff around the place. Louder still. But was it louder than earlier? So like what? So that I know if I'm hitting the right thing. Should aim to regularly hit the red. Okay. I'm gonna put myself super loud. How is this? I put it, you know, in advanced audio, because I tried the filter thing you said on the Discord, and it was not giving me any options whatsoever. Like my audio filter is like great. Better. Is it better? Oh, there's a plus sign. I couldn't find the plus sign. Oh my god. Here we go. Hang on. I've gotta like, in advance you can add 10. Yeah, okay, so that's what I did. Right, I finally found the plus button. You know that window was like so big, was going off the screen. We're like, what plus button? Alright. So that seems to work. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. We need a fingers crossed.
Yeah, and I'm getting your audio through Discord, so you sound good on this end to me.
Yay! Hooray! Alright. So your girlfriend wanted to time travel. But never.
Yeah, she wanted to do all the birthday stuff, and she's the one that just hasn't touched it. So I was waiting for her, because she's like, oh, if you spend all our bells on turnips and I time travel, they'll spoil.
Right.
And so I held off, and she hasn't done anything. And you bring it up with her, and it's that classic thing of like, oh, I don't want to go on there now. It's been so long. All my villagers will make me feel bad.
Right. You're
So,
louder than me.
she's-
I can turn it up. Anyway, keep going. So
Yeah,
how
so she's-
how long ago was this?
Yeah, this was probably around like the start of the year. that we
Oh my
haven't-
goodness. Yeah, your
we
turns
haven't
would
checked out
have
anything
long
new
rotted
up
by
there.
then.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't think we've done anything else in there since then.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned, I started us a Minecraft world, and my
Yeah.
girlfriend was kind of playing that a bit like Animal Crossing, where I would be the one that would go down the tunnels and find all the resources, and she could build the house and do the gardens and the animal pens.
Aww.
But again, she sort of dropped off on that, so I just jump on Minecraft every now and then when I just want a bit of something to do.
Yeah, for sure. Hi Jenny, Osmika Gal is with us. Yeah, I had not, like the last time I touched this account before the update was New Year's. We did a New Year's stream. And then, that's fine Jenny, it's all good, you're in the chat, that matters. And then life happened, I moved out, so I've also become a homeowner, like an actual one. And
Great.
so that and some personal life stuff that's gotten away, and then like I was still playing on and off on my personal one, but not this one. Then the update dropped. It's like, oh my god, new stuff. And I come back to this island, everyone's like, we haven't seen you in 10 months. Like, I'm sorry. But yeah, 2.0
Yeah,
has added
that's the problem,
so much.
isn't it?
Sorry?
That you finally go into Animal Crossing again. Your island's full of weeds. All your villagers are like, oh, I haven't seen you in so long. Your house is full of cockroaches.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a game you're meant to sort of jump into for half an hour a day.
Yeah.
Just occasionally real quick. But if you don't, it's easy for that to slip by real fast.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, 2.0's been worth it though. Let's do a quick look around what you've updated. I've added this festival area. This is all the stuff you get from the festival thing with Pave. Like it's their Mardi Gras basically. And I put this here because if you do a flyover, this is one of the more prominent areas you see. So like, put all the party stuff here. Let's turn on some party music. Hey. And we have a new villager. Julian moved out, so I've got Pietro instead. A little creepy clown. Sorry, you were saying?
Boxes, he'll be popular on the trade market.
Oh yeah. Well, Julian's long moved out. Cat's still here. And we can do farming now, so I've turned this into a bit of a farm to table restaurant. And I'm trying to make this. I moved the pond. You'll see why I moved the pond. But I'm trying to put this like a little fishing area, except I got rid of all my fishing gear, which I regret now. And the reason I moved the pond is because I have this epic stage now. Take a look.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's really cool at night because then all the lights and like the flames, you know, they're more prominent. And yes, the design. I've commissioned someone to make a new Animal Crossing Fringe design, ACNH Fringe design for us.
I noticed those AFs in the area before.
Yeah, that's our new logo. Thanks to, I think, Charlie, Queen of... I forget the name, but I posted on Twitter. They've got an Etsy store. And so, I saw this on Twitter. Someone who was like a stage manager made like a tech area, made a stage and a tech area for his island, and I thought it was a brilliant idea. So I turned our little stage into like what used to be our stage into like a little techie area.
Yeah, got the server racks and the multi-effects pedal.
Yep. Dude, because someone needs to manage this giant bizarro arena that took me a few nights to fix up. There's a Terramin.
Oh wow, they put one of those in there now.
Yeah, and like the Terramin is funny because it actually does function as one. So if I turn it on, you can hear a drone. And then depending on how far away you are from it, the drone changes.
Oh, it adjusts based on that. That's something. The comedian Hannibal Buress, he bought a theremin and he played around with that on his podcast.
Oh my god.
They're a notoriously hard instrument to play because they're so precise.
Yeah.
You get like, I think it's the Korg theremin that they do these days, and they can tune it to a scale.
Yep.
So it'll just jump up and down by those increments instead of you having to do all the microtonal stuff.
Wow. Okay.
So that's a fun little bit of something to play around with. They're
There
only
we
like $500 if you go on something like Store DJ, if you want one.
If I get one, I'll play it like once and then forget about it.
Yeah, no, they would be a bit of a novelty thing.
Yep.
But fun to play around with when you have it.
Yeah, I got to play around with one at an event in Brisbane years ago. They're fun to play but hard to play well.
Yeah, definitely a difficult instrument to master.
Yeah. Like you can make noise. Learn the Midsummer's theme. I have not seen that movie. But I bet it'll be suitably creepy. I feel like my neighbors would be like, what is this weird droning coming from your side? I am trying to track down Melba. Because before the stream, just as I was setting it up, Melba, oh look, she's just wearing our like old logo. Melba asked to move out. Expel Simon Terramin. No, that's Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, you've got the piano keys there on the...
Yeah, the piano. Well, that's been there since the beginning. But Melba asked to move out, and I thought it was fitting because she was there for Melbourne Fringe, and now that we're not part of... I said yes, actually, because I thought it was fitting. It's like, oh, that's... And I want Ione. Ione? She's one of the new villagers. They've released a bunch of new villagers, and I want to get her in. Because she's a gamer girl. Her house is a streamer setup.
Oh.
But I'm trying to track her down because I need to bring her to the other Happy on Paradise Island. Where are you? You asked to move out and now you've disappeared. You're not at home right now. I know that. I'm back. Try to give you a gift.
Yeah, I feel like probably Animal Crossing's problem was it seems like they've had like 2 years of content planned to just drip out over like the lifespan of the game.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And everyone was playing it a lot more intensely at the start
Yeah.
than Nintendo initially planned they would. And so, yeah, people burnt through what was there a lot faster than they would have otherwise.
Yeah, yeah.
And props to Nintendo for sticking to their release schedule and not rushing things out because everyone was just playing Animal Crossing to escape the real world.
Yeah, I think also though, like it feels a bit like all the 2.0 updates like all came at once. I feel like people were expecting what we got to be like released more gradually, but then they had this massive drop of everything. Yes, gentlemen. And then it's like this is our last major free update. I was like, well, okay, well that's it then.
Yeah, you think a game like this, you have like support for maybe like the next 5 years. You have one team doing support for this game whilst the other part of the team works on the next one.
Yeah, apparently the devs are wanting to work on Splatoon 3 now.
Yeah, I saw that.
We added a statue of
Splatoon
David.
almost. Yeah. Oh
Yes,
wow,
a
they've
book.
done the whole thing. I thought they would maybe put one of the Animal Crossing leaves over.
You think so? I know.
They did it.
I got the fake one because it has a book. I'm trying to track down Melba. Where is Melba? But yeah, it's like they pushed all. There was nothing for most of the year. Okay, fish I figured. Yeah, Brewster is new. Brewster is very calming. They're like, here's everything.
this
Now
is
we're not going. Don't bother us for the next however long.
Yeah, that's the whole new bar area, isn't it?
Yeah, the cafe. You can buy coffee. He's very sweet. He's very quiet but very sweet. You can invite people using Amiibo and hang out. There you are. Hello. How am I doing? I want to give you a thing. Because we're going to transition into the next big thing. Yes, we've got a day job, which is the Happy Home Paradise DLC. Do you know much about it?
Oh, I saw the video about that. Yeah, where you set up the hotel rooms.
Yeah, you do vacation houses for villagers, and if you give the people who are living on your island chocolates, you can bring them over with you. So we got to transition there because there's actually something. This is the thing I was sort of grinding towards. There's some.
Show me this.
Can't come to your island. No, well, because I want to go to Happy Home Paradise, so I haven't opened the gates maze. But it'll be worth it. There's a thing I need to unlock today. It is, if you know, you know. If you don't know, well, you'll find out. It is end game spoilers, just as a heads up for those who are playing Happy Home Paradise.
This is like the Ender Dragon
The
of
Ender
Animal
Dragon.
Crossing.
It will feel very appropriate once you see what it is. Oh no. What are we oh knowing, Jenny? It's
Right.
gonna be cool, but this is the most history will be this because there's something really cool that happens, but we need to build some homes while we're there.
Yeah, my girlfriend was watching, I suppose, one of those long form YouTube essays that's become the thing at the moment.
Yeah.
Someone talking about New Horizons and why a lot of people stopped playing it. And one thing they felt like is compared to New Leaf, which I suppose was probably the big breakthrough Animal Crossing game,
Yeah.
that a lot more things happen in New Leaf sort of independent of you.
Yeah.
So if you didn't touch your game for ages and
Yeah.
then loaded it up again, some of your villagers may have just moved away on their own.
Right, yeah.
But here in New Horizons, the whole thing sort of just stays still if you
Yeah.
don't play. So there's sort of no reason to open it up again and check it out to see what's happened since you've been gone.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like, you're more in control, but that can be like a mixed bag. I have never had a villager run after me asking for a job. This is new. And I've played through
Usually.
30 houses or more in my personal account. And the funny thing is her prompt, so each villager gives you a prompt, and hers is, I want a cafe filled with sad art. I feel like you're very apropos for this situation. I was gonna do Melba.
That is a particular vibe, and I feel like that haircut tells you everything you need to know about,
It's
about
like,
Naomi here.
yeah, it's like Yaoi Kusama a little bit, the Japanese artist. The art cafe. Oh my god, this is perfect. You knew I was gonna give Melba a goodbye house, but fine, you chased after me. You knew what my deal is, Naomi. Alright, let's find a home for you.
And you know, on the topic of this, I was actually just at a Uniqlo, and they've had a fresh Animal Crossing drop.
No way, really?
And yeah, and they even had there in store, they showed that they've got a Uniqlo island. They have the code and a QR code you can scan and all that.
Wow.
So maybe that might be a stream you could do soon. Go check out the Uniqlo island.
There you go. Not spawned by Uniqlo. Yeah, Jenny, just this is going to be spoilers, but just a heads up. I'll give you one floor because 2 floors might be a little ambitious for now. Oh, well that's just Uniqlo shopping. It's I still remember how Nintendo released that press release about please don't monetize our IP literally the day before our festival, and I had such a heart attack. Yeah, that's so much fun. Oh yeah, I spent so much time on Happy Home Paradise. Like, our videos are still up, we haven't been shut down, but oh my god, that freaking press release. They have the shirts you can get from the...
I mean, like, everyone's done that. A lot of places have made sponsored islands that you could come visit.
Yeah. Like, even Joe Biden has like a campaign island. But...
That's right. I remember that.
But there's Nintendo going, please don't monetize our IP. Like, oh my god, please don't shut us down. I just want our artists to be paid. Which is the other reason I haven't, like, revived this island until recently, was because I could not figure out how to run at the festival and pay you all at the same time.
Yeah, well, that's something that, yeah, it was nice of you to do that, but yeah, I'm happy to hang out every now and then. It doesn't always, you know, that I understand that you may not always have the means to reimburse people, so it's fine. I'm happy to give you my labor of sitting here and talking every now and then, just you know, to show my gratitude, I suppose.
Aww, well, that's very sweet. That's very sweet of you. But I want to pay artists. You know, it's just hard because you have like potential funders who are like, well, we don't know what to do with this, or Nintendo clearly is giving you money, and Nintendo meanwhile is infamously very antsy about this kind of thing.
Oh, that's like one thing that was a little bit sad that happened earlier in this year.
Oh, yep.
Is a team of indie developers were making a 2D fan game of Metroid Prime.
Oh, yeah.
And they released a demo of it. And I played it because Metroid Prime was my first Metroid game. I played that last year, sort of before the pandemic really hit.
Yep.
And I was like, damn, this is actually pretty good.
Yep.
So I got on top of that demo straight away, and then in classic Nintendo fashion, they shut that down very quickly, and I'm allowed to work on it or do anything with it anymore.
Yep.
So that's unfortunate. But if an independent game studio suddenly announced on Steam that they were making a 2D platformer game called, you know, something like Petroid Mime or whatever,
Petroid Mime.
Willing to pre-order it. Yeah, because they had a similar thing happen. That another group of people remade the second Metroid game.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit embarrassing for Nintendo because that was around the time they were doing a remake of it.
Yeah.
and it came out a year before theirs. And eventually they shut that down. That technically they weren't allowed to do any more support or releases based on it.
Wow.
But you can still download that too if you want. But that, in a way, had a happy ending.
Oh, yeah.
The main guy who worked on that, who went by the name Dr. 64,
Yep.
he ended up getting recruited by the studio that made Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh,
as
wow.
Yeah, so that worked out well. That it took them like 9 years to make. They've called it another Metroid 2 remake.
Right.
Fans just call it AM2R. It
Yeah.
took them 9 years to turn that around. But yeah, it finally worked out for the team. A lot of them have actually, been able to use that as a thing to properly enter the gaming industry.
That's a good story. I'm glad they got something good out of it.
Yeah, and it is quite good. I do have the Nintendo Metroid 2 remake. Don't tell anyone, but I've got a ROM in my computer of it. To
Don't tell anyone. Reveals it on the stream.
But yeah, the AM2R is pretty good itself. So
Yep.
it's a high bar to beat, and I think at least when it comes to Metroid 2 games, that I think the fan game might be the preferred one.
Oh wow. Well,
So this is,
maybe someday Nintendo will look at this and go, "Hello, we would like to hire you to run our events for us." Ahem, Nintendo. Is it the Sad Hatters? I am trying to make this the Sad Hatters. I'm trying to think of it feels like very pretentious Melbourne, doesn't it? Sad
It's
art.
got that at the moment. It's like that right mishmash of like a cafe that's gone in some real old building.
Ah, yes. I like that.
Yeah, where it's a bit of like kind of thrift store vibes for everything. There's
Hello,
a cafe
Queermint.
that I'm thinking about. It's just up the road from the North Fitzroy Library, Burunda Nagan.
Oh, yeah.
There's a cafe there that's like that, where all the furniture is sort of mishmatched. It's an old building, got the big high bookcases and everything.
Ooh, big high
That-
bookcases.
it's like
Maybe I'll add
perfect
that in.
vibes for this place.
I'm trying to find. I got a cafe. There we go. I feel like a retro ice cream case would fit this vibe. Let me find a big high butterfly lounge. Yeah, it's the butterfly lounge. Yeah, the butterfly club. It also has a kind of like mishmash of everything vibes.
I'm sort of thinking as well. I don't know if you'd want to like make the room real symmetrical, so it has a bit of a Kubrick or like an old school Japanese movie vibe.
Ooh, I have not seen much in the way of Japanese movies, but that is an interesting prop. Let me try that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's interesting. Yeah, it's good how Japanese movies.
Yeah.
They've had a long history of making films as well,
Mhm.
but so independent from like the Hollywood system that it's a different type of movie. They've got different vibes to them.
Right.
And it's worth doing, because then when you go and watch things like contemporary anime, sometimes you can see the influence of those old school films. You can always start with the likes of Kurosawa, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see how it's influenced even things like anime.
Right. Yeah.
I get that vibe the most, especially watching like Evangelion.
Ah,
All the really
yeah.
The really still establishing shots they always do in the lead up to scenes and in between them,
Mhm.
that's very old school Japanese filmmaking.
Right. Brad Storr, who was in the cabaret with you, Bradley Storr, he's a big Evangelion fan, and when he was over at my place for my birthday in September, we watched a little bit of it on Netflix, and it was an experience.
Oh yeah, no, it's I feel like Evangelion is a sort of series that if the very likely event that civilization gets destroyed, when
Very
octopi
unlikely. I feel
evolve
like
to
it's
the
very more
stage-
likely now. What? Sorry.
Yeah, when octopi evolve to the stage, they become sentient. If they found an old box set of Evangelion and watched it, they'd be like, "Yep, this is what the humans believed in. This was their religion, and this is what happened to them."
Have you heard? Actually, yesterday the UK declared octopi, crabs, and lobsters as sentient animals, sentient beings.
Yeah, no, well, that's the thing. You look into especially octopi, and they are smart enough, and they're almost at the level where they can be land faring because they can be out of the water as long as they stay wet.
Right.
So they're probably only a few more evolutionary cycles away from taking over things.
Well, I would say I support our octopi overlords. The problem is they're also very tasty.
Yeah, no, that's the problem they have to overcome at the moment, just being too delicious.
It's yeah. So I feel like I would be first in line if the
But
if the overthrow happens. They're like, well, you ate us.
I mean, I'm just wondering, you mentioned that you've watched a bit of Evangelion as well, because we could talk about that all day. Do you remember roughly where you got up to when you watched it? Like, to what angel they had to fight?
It was just for the first few episodes because then Brad had to go home and I didn't have his Netflix account anymore. I think where I got was that the lead boy had moved into the new place.
Yeah.
And I think I got to the point where like his classmates have worked out who he was. And we're like, why didn't you rescue us from our hell? Or something along those lines. He was getting bullied for it.
Yeah,
hey, Masoud! Oh my god, all the people are here.
So he hasn't gotten into the Eevee yet? What you've watched up
He's
to?
gone to the Eevee for the first time. That's happened. Because that's like the second episode in, isn't it? Like he gets into like the big mech.
Yeah, and he takes out the first angel.
Yeah. Yeah, then I think he's like, the school his classmates have just figured out who he is. And they're like, oh, but you did not fight the angel enough and we got destroyed, or like something along those lines. And they're trying to bully him for it. We are making a sad
he still destroyed a bunch of stuff. Still got destroyed. Well, that means that you haven't seen Asuka yet, the redhead girl.
No, I don't think that rings a bell. There is the girl who's like, why sad? Hang on, let me just explain to Masan. We're on Happy Home Paradise, which is an Animal Crossing DLC where you make holiday homes for villagers. And this villager in particular wanted a sad art cafe. Anyway, yeah, redhead doesn't ring a bell. There is the blonde girl who you first see, like, she was the other rider and she got like injured, and then you find out that she's a classmate or something.
Yes, Ray.
Yeah. Where's
Yes.
Brad? If Brad is at rehearsal, otherwise he'd be here like nerding out with you about it.
You gotta keep watching because, whilst Evangelion on its own was very culturally significant.
Yep.
One thing that the two lead girls there kicked off is with Ray and Asuka kicked off what they call the waifu wars.
The waifu wars.
Yes, because they have very different personalities. So it's most people are either Asuka fans or Ray fans.
Yep.
Us cultured gentlemen, we like Masato, but it's usually been those two that people argue over. And
which was Masato?
Then from there, it's Masato's the older woman that the main guy Shinji lives with.
Oh right, yeah, the alcoholic.
Yes. Because you get to know more about her as well.
She seemed cool.
That
very odd, but cool.
Yes, no, she's quite the character.
Yeah.
And that's why after that, like pretty much all anime series from there, they've always got to have at least one or two of those like best girls that everybody argues over who their favorite is and who they like the most.
Yep.
So that is one sort of one broader cultural thing that Evangelion has inspired in subsequent series.
Right. I would have thought that the best girl thing was just like a generic story trope.
No, well, that's it's sort of always, kind of always been around, even in earlier anime, but it was Evangelion that really sort of set it up.
Right.
Because you have these two girls with very different personalities, so you usually either prefer one or the other, and so then even to this day, there's that endless arguing of these people on the internet over which 14-year-old they're more attracted to.
The never-ending cycle. It's very generic to pit two women against each other based on attractive. Yeah.
So that was Evangelion was the ones to. They probably happened across that by accident and then realized that they were on something there. And then, just like what they've done with Evangelion, even now, you can just merchandise the shit out of everything by slapping one of those two girls on there.
Ah, yep. So it was like sort of the proto Team Jacob, Team Edward.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like 10 years before Twilight.
Yep.
But instead of teenage girls arguing over which boy they liked the most, it was teenage to 30-year-old men arguing over which girl they liked.
Teenagers will argue about anything. It happens about bare sexism.
But,
Yep.
And I won't hold it against you for watching the Netflix version of Evangelion as well, but part of it with Evangelion is that I think part of the problem was like distribution rights. It was very hard to get hold of like a legit copy of like tapes or DVDs of it for a while.
Right.
So I feel like probably the best way to still watch it now is to acquire it by other means,
right,
and getting a quality subtitled version, online.
Yep.
Because apparently Netflix went through and did their own translation, and they've changed some of the wording of things. And as well as that, they apparently they couldn't get the rights to the song "Fly Me to the Moon," which was the song that played at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
So they had to put a different song there, which, just like an anime opening, because you watch an episode, it ends, "Fly Me to the Moon" starts playing, it becomes as much a part of the show as anything else.
Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't realize that the versions were very, significantly different. I'm watching using "Fly Me to the..." Oh, Masan is saying they've got the rights to "Fly Me to the Moon."
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Last I heard when they first got it, they didn't have the song in there.
Oh, maybe they've Frank Sinatra's rights agency is like, that's fine. What song, Mace? Well, they pick a song for you, and they've got KK Aria apparently. Watching via VPN Netflix Japan. Ah, that's probably it. So probably they got the rights in Japan, but not anywhere else.
And then I think they only have the original series. They've recently just finished doing the movies, and the fourth one of that is on Amazon Prime, but again, you can acquire that through other means.
Yeah, because you can't get
on
Amazon Prime, the video stuff here, I don't think.
You can now.
You can now, okay. Right.
Yeah, but I think Amazon has enough money, and maybe if they pay their workers more, I'll help out there.
Yeah.
I think it's good to watch the whole thing and all the movies, because the movies sort of retell the story of Evangelion, but with slight changes. So I almost see it like you're watching a visual novel playthrough.
Oh wow, okay.
And so it's like the original series gives you one ending, perhaps the neutral end. The two initial movies that came out is sort of like maybe the bad end, and then the newer movies that they did where that arc is just finished with the movie that came out this year.
Yep.
That's perhaps the good end.
Right. Masan is like, don't give me spoilers. I'm still trying to finish the series.
That's all right. Yeah, it's kind of good to watch through all of it and get all the different sort of possible endings and outcomes of the series.
I saw a tweet a little while ago where someone was like, basically like, Evangelion and Homestuck were like kind of very similar. Something like Evangelion is like Homestuck anime, and Homestuck is like Evangelion but as a webcomic. And I'm a big Homestuck fan. I thought it was hilarious. It's like, yes, I can kind of grok what's going on now with that comparison.
Yeah, because I heard the lore with Homestuck got a bit all over the place.
It always has been.
I haven't read any of it myself.
It always has been all over the place, but I feel, and like they've had like an update, which has been very controversial in both the actual details, and then it's like the staff has also been kind of weird about things. But I like it as an examination of how narrative works, because it's basically like a story about a story. And
Okay.
what counts as canon, what doesn't count as canon, and it's very meta, which I'm into. So I enjoy it on like that basis alone. But yeah, if you're like, or if you try to parse it as like a very conventional story, and you expect certain ways for the plot to play out, you will get frustrated. It's like, no, but the characters are way off. They're not like this. I'm like, well, perhaps that's the point.
Because didn't they have a lot of things where readers could vote on the way that the story
Yeah,
was going
it used to be
happened?
set up like that. It was interactive, like that was playing out on the forums, and it was set up like a text adventure. So at the beginning, they were taking like actual suggestions from people, but then that got a little bit unwieldy.
Okay, because that's one thing I knew about, and that's where I could see things feeling inconsistent. Where
Yep.
it's the, well, if you were there at the time and you had two outcomes that people could vote on, that then the writers have to go with whatever's been selected there.
Yeah, and like the writer was like one guy. So
Now,
yeah.
related to Homestuck, I
Oh.
heard didn't Toby Fox do some music for it before?
Yeah,
he-
Toby Fox he did music for it, and it wasn't his first music gig. He did like a lot of music for like Earthbound fan mods, and then worked on Homestuck. He's close friends with Andrew Hussey, and then from there, got famous via Undertale. And actually, one of the tracks from Undertale started off as an Earthbound mod, then became a part of Homestuck. Megalovania then became like this big track via Undertale. And so when Sans got into Smash, people were like, oh my god, Homestuck is in Smash.
Yeah, no, because I read that, and yeah, just he's been getting around and having a bit of a moment, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
I even found, because one thing I also got into last year was ROMs and emulators and all that.
I am.
I eventually was just like, I'm gonna play this mother game and see what the big deal of it is.
Yeah.
But that's another one where it's a little bit tricky to get the right starting point, because you can just access Mother in a couple of different ways, but people say that the official translation by Nintendo isn't as good as it could have been.
Right.
And so there are ROM hacks to translate it in, there's a fan translation people feel like is better.
Yep.
So a bit of a project I eventually gave myself and got around to doing was getting a ROM of Mother, figuring out how to make ROM hacks work to get this fan translation.
Oh wow.
And then and not only that, I got it working with, there's this emulator program called RetroArch, which
I am.
is almost more like a housing for a bunch of different types of emulator cores,
Yeah.
because you have to download RetroArch and then download a core for the type of device you're trying to emulate,
Yeah.
and then you load that up and you can play ROMs for that device from there. So
Ooh.
I'm playing Mother, hopefully using this fan translation
Yeah.
on my phone through an emulator at the moment. So it's
Wow.
it's great. I reckon instead of bothering with the actual mobile games, just pick like a turn-based RPG series like Mother or something.
Yeah.
Get an emulator and just play it on your phone. That's
Okay.
much better than any gacha game that you could download otherwise.
Well, all right. I didn't realize you could play emulators on your phone. Like not emulators, but like on my computer.
Yeah, no, they've got them on phones as well, and it's part of it's what's so good is the emulators themselves, not very big programs, not very power intensive,
Yep.
but especially like original Game Boy games and NES games,
Yep.
their ROMs are only a couple of kilobytes.
Oh wow.
So yeah, to get all that set up on your phone, it's going to take up a lot less space than Azalane, and be a bit more enjoyable to play as well. You're not technically just playing a very elaborate slot machine.
Yeah.
It's trying to suck up all your money in exchange for JPEGs.
Yep. All right. I'll look into that more. Maze, I don't know if it's the saddest art pieces. I'm just speaking whatever fits. But I like the idea of like, because I can access like both the fakes and the real ones. So I like the idea of just like putting, I'm doing the, what Thomas suggested and making it like hyper symmetrical. So I'm doing like fakes on one side, real on the other. Guess which is which?
I like how you've included a picture of Naomi in there as well.
Oh yeah, I always
Yeah,
try
like-
to like add a picture of whoever's asking me to do the thing.
I feel like she'll appreciate that.
Yes, you are the saddest art. Now you can add ceiling lights. So let me see if I can add like some very obnoxious like cube lights.
Yeah, I recently finished playing Pokemon Diamond in an emulator on my phone
Oh yeah.
because there was all the hype about them finally doing the remakes of that, which only just dropped recently.
Yep.
And I think it was more a case of it's probably the only Pokemon generation they haven't done a re-release of or done anything with since it came out.
Yep.
That people wanted to revisit it.
Mhm.
And the whole reason I started playing it is I happened across this subreddit for a Pokemon YouTuber.
Right.
And occasionally Pokemon memes would come up there and I'd share them with my girlfriend. So I was like, alright, I'll give them a follow.
Yep.
And then I feel like the rest of the posts on there are just like 12-year-olds who are a fan of this YouTuber jumping on whatever sort of Pokemon bandwagon is going on at the internet at the moment.
Yep.
And the big thing was, when are they going to remaster Diamond and Pearl? There's such good games, such good games. When are they going to do something with it again? So I was like, all right, they're actually finally doing remasters. I'll play these and check it out. And let me tell you, this is the last time I listened to 12-year-olds on the internet.
I'm surprised you ever listened to 12-year-olds on the internet in the first place.
Yeah, well, this is they weren't commenting directly at me. It would just be in my Reddit feed. Posts would come up of people being like, "Oh, me making Pokemon in Minecraft every day until they release remasters of Diamond and Pearl."
Right.
And it's like you've quite obviously just used like a sprite builder thing where you put a picture into it and then it makes it in Minecraft for you. You haven't done that, but anyway.
Yeah.
So I played it, and I haven't played a Pokemon game since Gold and Silver
Yep.
when they originally came out. And I don't know, wasn't particularly great. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion for people,
Mhm.
but in Diamond there's no fire types, barely any grass types, mostly water. It's a bit of a busted national dex. And then one of the problems that both the games have is after you beat the last gym, there's nothing to do but go straight to the Elite Four.
Right.
So you're suddenly going from fighting level 40 Pokemon to Pokemon in the 60s,
Right.
and there's sort of nothing to help grind your Pokemon up to that point, except for trying to fight things on Victory Road.
Right.
So that was a bit of a struggle, but I did it. I've got a screenshot of my Elite Four team,
Yep.
but I don't think I'll be going back to it. I wanted to try play other games than all the Pokemon ones on my phone,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more other RPGs out there. So I just want to experience the things that I probably wouldn't have played otherwise.
Right. I have. I was gonna say I never played a Pokemon game, which is a lie. I've played Pokemon Go, which was very entertaining. Um, but is that the sort of game where if you've never really played anything else in the franchise, you can like pick up on it, or because it feels a little bit
Yeah,
intimidating.
they're all pretty independent
Yeah.
because each game is like in a new island. You technically play as a different character, and a big part of it is that they all just work off the same formula.
Yeah.
You're a 10-year-old kid.
Hmm.
Your family kicks you out of home and
Yeah.
tells you to run around catching all these dangerous animals.
Yeah.
You have to go from town to town, fight the gym leader. There's a team of bad guys who want to use Pokemon to control the world in some way, but
Yeah.
that eventually gets watered down more and more to something less extreme.
Yeah.
And then eventually you beat all the gyms and you fight the Elite Four, and that's pretty much it for every game.
Right.
Details change, like the layout of the place, the small storylines of what the gym leaders and everything are doing,
Yeah.
but that's the broad structure of it. But, one thing I do feel like the Pokemon did, which was quite smart,
Yep.
is structure-wise when you play one,
Hmm.
it's pretty much just like an old school Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy game,
Oh yeah.
but there's a lot more emphasis on the on the Pokemon, which are usually would be the monsters that you'd fight in another game.
Yeah.
And part of the problem when you're trying to play those other games is you can't catch the enemies or do anything with them, so you don't know what their strengths and their weaknesses are and what moves they can do.
Hmm.
But that's sort of like the core of the Pokemon games.
Right.
So when you see a Pokemon that you have to fight, you know what type it is, you know what its strengths are, what its weaknesses are, and how to fight it. Where feels like there's a bit more trial and error in other games because the things you fight are only enemies. You can't catch them and learn about them the way you can in Pokemon.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So even Mother, as I mentioned, even though it only came out in like 1988 itself,
Hmm.
it's as much a bit of a take on those RPG games, but
Right. Yeah.
it's a little bit more satirical. So you have sillier enemies. The abilities are a little less serious, and even all your stats that you level up. You level up things like guts and IQ instead of like strength and intelligence.
God said IQ.
And like one of the enemies that you can fight in Mother is
Yep.
just a hippie, and he has an ability that's a bullhorn where he shouts through it, "You're ashamed to your mother," and that drops your gut stats. And
Oh
then
no.
when you beat him, you don't kill him. He doesn't faint like in other games.
Yeah.
When you finally beat it, the game says hippie became normal. It's like, what is this game trying to say?
Hippie became normal. He stopped giving you shit about your mom.
Yeah, the way the game sort of sets it up is you're just walking around,
Yep.
and then some hippie guy confronts you.
Yep.
Talks shit about your mum. You beat him with a baseball bat, and then he becomes a normal person as a result.
Right. Wow. I didn't realize a quartet of hippies was talking shit about people's parents, but also wouldn't surprise me.
No, it's well, and this is where it twists things up. Is that I've progressed a bit more through the game,
Yep.
and then I was able to find the bullhorn, and I was like, can I use this on an enemy as well?
Yep.
And then when I got to a new area, that I got confronted by an eagle, and I was like, I'm going to try the bullhorn on it.
Right.
So I pulled that, and yeah, then I shouted out to the eagle that you're a disappointment to your mother, and apparently it was super effective.
Oh no.
So,
everyone just does
in
not
the
want to
world of
disappoint their mom.
In the world of Mother, eagles are a very maternal breed, I suppose.
Ah. Alright, I think I'm good on the art cafe. A very sad art cafe. Naomi, do you approve?
Right.
She approves! Yay. I do not know how long that took me to do.
It doesn't matter. It's one of those things where it's all about the effort.
Yeah, I do wonder, because it usually takes me somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour for like each house. But I wonder if it's like you do it in 5 seconds, does the dialogue change? Like, that was so quick!
Now, you know that they'd be able to track that. But, yeah.
Yeah, but do they
This
tell
is-
you
this
it's
is
the
the way
question? Oh my god.
This is part of the way that Animal Crossing manipulates you in a way that other games don't, is that you don't want to rush through and just put together something very quickly,
No.
because you don't want to make the virtual cow sad.
Did not have to make the cow sad.
That you'll spend an hour making the sad cafe so that the cow is happy with it.
Even though you just all you need to do is they give you a bunch of furniture that they must have, and all you do is put that furniture in, they're happy.
Yeah, like it probably doesn't even have to make actual sense the way it's laid out,
No.
but you still take that extra time to put things in place in a way that would make sense to us if we were to navigate the space in real life.
Yeah, like I actually sometimes for some builds, like I do a walk test to see can I move around, even though it's highly unnecessary. Look at that. Ooh,
Yeah.
I got a pay raise. Where did I get a pay
Whereas
raise?
if you were trying to, speed run these rooms,
Yep.
you could just pile everything from one corner outward, and they'd probably still just like it because you've put in enough of the right furniture to accrue like preference points or whatever it is.
Right. Okay, we're getting close. We're getting close to the thing I'm trying to unlock. So you see, they're talking about a venue, which is kind of like sort of the end game. So I think we need 2 more. Let me find Melba, because what I've been trying to do is that whenever someone moves out, both on this island or my personal one, I make a house for them.
Ah, yes.
Where is Melba? I brought you here and I can't find it because Naomi jumped you. There you are! You want a fairy tale house. That's very cute. Let me talk to you. Let's chat! So yeah, I made Julian's house. Julian wants a cloud chalet. Which you want your vacation house to be? Ooh, okay. Lots of mushrooms. What would work?
Now, have you ever had a villager ask if they can call you a nickname?
Oh yeah, that happens a lot.
Because I remember that happened to my girlfriend one time,
Yeah.
and it was one of those times when they suggested the nickname,
Yep.
and I think whoever it was wanted to call it something weird like Motor. And at the time, she just went with it. She's like, alright, fine, yeah, you can call me Motor. And then it was one of those things, it almost felt like what happens in a small town where word just got around everywhere.
Yep.
And then every villager heard that she was going by Motor and asked if they could call her that as well.
Yep.
And so, again, that classic Animal Crossing manipulation. She didn't want to say no to everyone,
Yep.
and then had all the villagers calling her Motor.
Yeah, I can kind of relate. The villagers of my personal island, Raymond wanted to call me hashtag, and I didn't. I was like, that is a weird name, but I will allow it. And now everyone starts calling me hashtag. At least on this island, people started calling me bestie, which was like very cute.
What about catchphrases? Have you had a similar thing happen with that?
Oh, catchphrases happen like all the time. They've now started like asking me for like custom ideas of give them particular ones. Like actually, like Melba's original catchphrase is toasty, but she wanted a new one, so I said try mate because you're Aussie.
Ah, so you gave Melba that because it just worked way too well. I was like,
Yeah,
"You
yeah,
don't
I
even
gave
know
Melba
that
that. I gave Melba that because like she was originally toasty. I was like, I want a new one. Like, well, I have one for you. I want to make this arch work so we can move.
Yeah, no, that's a perfect catchphrase for an Australian
Right?
Animal Crossing villager.
I'm surprised it's not like a more common one. I feel like there may be a villager that already has that as a catchphrase. Do they all have catchphrases? They do, yes. They all have catchphrases. And some are funnier than others. Alright, Melba has a whole farm, which I don't need to follow, but I kind of like the vibe, but I'll come back to you.
Yeah, and to that with whoever asked about the catchphrases, that after the villagers like you enough, there may be a point where they ask if they'll say that they're trialing a new one, and you can even suggest one for them.
What are the funny ones? Oh god, I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to Google to figure that out. Do you remember any funny ones?
I remember we set up Bunny to say yeet after talking, and that was one that ended up getting around. So then,
Yeet.
of course, they all the villagers would then be like, "Oh, good to see you, yeet."
Oh my god.
And I think another one we may have did was just a bunch of symbols, like when someone swears and you don't want to actually print it. So
I love
that way
that.
it just looks like they're swearing all the time when they talk to you.
Astrid, who I had on my own personal island, used to call me my pet, which I liked for reasons that I won't super get into right now. And then she left, which I was very sad about. Like, I stopped her from leaving twice, and I'm like, fine, I'll let you go. But then whenever, like, for a while, whenever another villager wants me for a new, like, catchphrase, I'd say, use my pet, so I can remember Astrid. That's what I was going from. I made Raymond's one Daddy-O.
Ah, yes. Just you had to add the EO on the end there.
Well, I tried Daddy originally. That's why it was funny, but he wanted another change. So like, I'll switch it up a little bit. Because why not?
Ah, yes.
But yeah, that's the funny ones we invented ourselves. I don't remember offhand what like some of the original ones are. I'm sure there's some that are also some layer weird, but
And that's one of those things. Yeah, there's a balance with it. Like, it might be funny to just put a swear word or something in there initially, but you've got to find that right word that it's just it can work in most contexts, but feels weird enough to always sort of be good.
yeah, and you also don't want to get like too tired of it, which can be an issue. You're like, yeah, that's funny once, and then they keep going on and on about it. Like, I regret everything.
There was I think another one we did was, since we were watching VTubers when Animal Crossing was big.
Yep.
That one of the English VTubers from Hololive, Gura, her whole catchphrase was just the letter A going ah. So
Just one A.
We made one. Yeah. So we made someone's catchphrase just A.
A.
And then when you listen real close, like the Animal Crossing speak that they do, it sort of follows the letters.
Yeah, yeah. I think some people say they sound out what each letter is, and then they just do it super quickly. But I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
But that's like something someone theorized.
We could hear it with just A as the catchphrase.
Yeah.
Because they talk and say things really quickly, and then it would just end with ah.
Ah.
So that one was actually one where it was almost funnier hearing the Animal Crossing speak,
right,
than seeing it written in the speech bubble below.
Ah! Oh my god, I love that. Um,
I,
on my personal island, my character name is Tiara. I didn't come up with something any too inventive. But I went to see a friend's island, and she had Renee, I think, on her island. And you know how when you talk to a villager in someone else's island, they like say, "Hi, what's your name? Blah blah blah. I'm so and so." I swear to God, Renee said my name, like fully.
yeah.
Tiara. I like what? That sounds exactly. That is my name. How do you know it? Excuse me. How have you learned to talk?
I just came out like sounding too much like it.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Like, I guess if your name has enough vowels.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just a very vowely sort of sound, isn't it, that they do?
Yeah.
And I get the vibe as well, especially like when they're singing.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like they're just using a very basic sort of MIDI processing and like a very simple synth engine.
I was watching. This pair of Korean YouTubers. I think they're sisters who do like random experiments on Animal Crossing, and one of them was like, "Can you make the NPC sing?" So what one of them did was that she would build like the Happy Home Paradise houses for them, because you can make one for NPCs if you have their amiibo. And so she would make them, and then she would add a microphone to their houses, which would prompt them to sing. And so she'll finish the house, here's a microphone, and then she'll record them singing. But what Nintendo has done is that they've given everyone the same kind of like high-pitched singing voice. So you have Brewster.
Yeah.
Is sort of like you think would be a very gravelly like pigeon, and like it's like what?
Yeah, like how you can get the guys with like the grumpy personality and have that very low like
Yeah,
sort
but
of
they've
voice.
given everyone the same, like all the NPCs
The same singing voice.
the same singing voice, and it's all the high pitched singing one.
Yeah. Yeah, so no matter who gets in front of the mic, it's that same sound.
Yeah, I mean she's tested it on Brewster, and then Tom Nook, Timmy and Tommy, and Isabel. And they all kind of sound the same, but I don't know if it's just that this is the generic NPC singing voice, or if like if you try different combinations, something else actually happens.
Oh, that reminds me. One of the other big Animal Crossing things that happened recently.
Oh, yep.
Have you seen the Anka Zone video?
Yes! Well, I've seen edited versions. I don't know that whether I've seen like what actually exists, or whether there is like an even more unedited version that exists out there. I have seen it. It's great. It's
There's an original, and yep, that cat ain't dancing.
okay. So there is an actual original extra explicit version.
Yeah, because
Okay, right.
the part of the reason why it's called Anka Zone is
Yep.
I think Zone is either a guy or a group of people who have been doing those sorts of animations for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know why they suddenly decided to do Anka out of Animal Crossing, but
I think
yeah,
it's like a
there's a
tribute to
video.
like someone, like the original person had like done anime sort of versions, and then the person who did Anka Zone was doing it kind of as a tribute to this zone. But why Anka, I also don't know.
yeah, I don't know if maybe they found the song first
Oh, yeah.
and then it went with that, or if all of it fell in place, but yeah, it's just that cat ain't dancing.
She ain't dancing.
And part of it, I think, is if you can, yeah, if you're interested in that sort of thing, if you can get over the fact that that it's meant to be a cat character from family game Animal Crossing. In terms of the explicit content, there's probably a bit of something for everyone. Yeah, if you can get past that initial fact.
I found it hilarious because like when I saw the edited version, and I could kind of get a guess at like what the full version would have been, but everyone's like, "Oh, I'm so traumatized." I'm like, I have seen worse on the internet. This is barely anything.
Yeah, well, the one giveaway that still makes it into the suitable for work versions
Yep.
is if you look as she's doing what just kind of looks like it's meant to be the smug dance,
Oh, yep.
you can see around her stomach a line which is meant to be a protrusion. And
Yep.
you can imagine what that's supposed to be.
Right. I found the Anka Zone thing especially hilarious because on my personal island, I have Anka as a villager. It's just like, I support your work. I know your secrets, and I'm all for it. But they've changed the dialogue for some of the villagers recently. They've added like a bit more. And Anka one time came up to me and was like, "Man, I didn't realize it's been so late. I had things I was planning to do things such as magic tricks." And I just straight up screamed because my
Yeah,
other
she
big
was-
project is a stage magic show called Queer Lady Magician. And I'm like, "Are we the same person, Anka? What?"
She must be working on trying to make something disappear.
make her past disappear, maybe. I was like, wow. Like I had an idea of doing a burlesque version of the Anka of the Anka Zone thing, and I was like, is this a prop to actually follow up on this idea? Who will
think
get the
that's-
joke if I did a burlesque number to Anka Zone? Probably nobody, but also.
I mean, that's the thing. I think part of it was because it had the music. Because
Yeah.
initially it got popular on TikTok
Yeah.
just because of the animation and the music. That a lot of people didn't even realize where it came from.
Yeah.
But I'm just sending you something in the Discord chat.
Oh.
Show you the proliferation of the meme.
Wow. Yeah, I heard
But-
about it on TikTok first, and then I went to look it up. Like, what is everyone going on about? It's like, oh, I'm so traumatized. Like, oh, this is so tame. I mean, I'm sure it's like, it's pretty explicit, but like, you have
Very
not seen.
I mean, very explicit. Probably in a way, probably more that's unexpected.
Oh
That
yeah.
Of all the characters out there that people draw things of,
Yeah.
that the Egyptian cat from Animal Crossing was. I don't know how many. Well, yeah, part of what they use as a measurement for this is, with a lot of those fan art websites, since they use tags to identify images,
Yeah.
you can look up a character and then it'll tell you the number of images that have been tagged with them.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many are tagged with Anka from Animal Crossing on, your Gelbaroos and all those sorts of websites before now.
Yeah.
It definitely will be a spike after this.
Aye.
But yeah, it's probably more that. It's not one of the characters that people were probably drawing a whole lot.
I don't know. I feel like Anka was fairly popular even before Anka Zone. It's like, ooh,
Because she was
pretty.
one of the harder villagers to get, wasn't she?
Well, I don't know about harder, but I think she was like, it was like, pretty Egyptian girl.
Mm.
So there was sort of that, there was like, she was popular for that reason. Like, oh, pretty sexy Egyptian girl must have, ooh. And then I got her on my island. That felt very special. She's great.
Did you also, looking at trends of things that happened throughout this year, you see a lot of artwork of the Jacko Challenge?
No. Oh, at least not
Oh,
by
that's
that name.
No, that's what it's called because the game Guilty Gear Survive came out this year.
Okay.
It's a fighting game,
Yep.
and one of the characters in it is called Jacko, and she has a very distinct crouch pose.
Okay.
So when she dropped as a character in the game, everyone had to go out and draw their favorite characters or their OCs in the Jacko pose.
Right.
And that was one I liked looking at every now and then. But so you should look that up. The Jacko pose was quite the hit on Twitter.
Okay.
But
I'll
one
try
thing
to-
I've been wondering about is because I've been Yeah, whenever I see videos about Guilty Gear or Jacko Challenge, whatever on YouTube, I would
Yeah.
watch them, and then I'd start getting suggestions for other things.
Yeah.
There's another fighting game called King of Fighters, and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
getting like a proper like 3D new King of Fighters game next year, I think.
Oh wow.
And so I've just been saying to my girlfriend, like, what character and what fan art meme do you think is gonna come out of this game?
Yeah.
Because the whole thing with King of Fighters recently was one of the characters. I think his name was Ken, or it was probably something else because Ken's from Street Fighter. But
Yeah.
a character from King of Fighters got into Smash Brothers, but probably one of the more
Oh, Sora.
other well-known characters. Oh no, it was Sora's Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, this is the guy. He's got like the red trucker hat and the ponytail.
All right. Yeah, I know who you mean. I don't know the name of it, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole thing with it was that they've got this other character called May, and her whole thing is she wears like a very traditional, I suppose it must be like a traditional Japanese get-up,
Oh yeah.
and she uses fans to fight with.
Oh
But
yeah.
you know, very low-cut, suggestive outfit,
Oh yeah.
and apparently Sakurai didn't choose her because Smash is a family game. So there's a whole thing of
They're like,
put
we
May
have
in Smash and
standards.
people drawing her with a sad face because Sakurai said that she wasn't kid appropriate.
Oh my god.
So that was the biggest thing for King of Fighters recently.
Right.
But they're now working on a new game,
Yeah.
and I can just tell that we're gonna get a meme or a drawing challenge or something out of King of Fighters next year, and
Yeah.
I am looking forward to it.
They're probably like, we need to make a family-friendly version. But what Sakurai does not know is that people are determined to make anything not family-friendly.
Oh yeah, and if it doesn't happen, they'll draw it anyway.
Right, as we saw with Anka. Like, you can't stop it. There is no way to stop it.
Yeah. So, and yeah, if it exists, you know, those drawings are out there, so you just have to go with it. I've got the guy up here. Try and get his name. Terry, that's the one.
Ah, yeah.
So yeah, Terry made it into Smash, but unfortunately May didn't. And yeah, you sort of look her up and you can see why. And we just have to think about what we've missed out on.
Someone will figure out a way to mod her in, I feel like.
Yeah, maybe in a couple of years the Smash Ultimate ROM gets around. You can start hacking that and put even more characters in.
Yeah.
And then that way people can finally get was it Waluigi? In Smash as
Waluigi.
well.
I was holding out for Phoenix Wright.
Which I don't exactly know how he would work, what his moveset would be.
Well, he's
But
in
that
the Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game. He's on there.
Oh, so he does have some fighting game background.
Yeah. Cause I think it's
Okay, because that's the thing I never quite understood how that would work. How would you put someone, you know, technically from a visual novel into a fighting game?
well, they figured out to
they've
put
done it.
Isabelle in a fighting game.
Well, yeah, that's there were some very odd choices in Smash, but Sakurai's made it work.
They've got Minecraft in there now, which everyone was like very like surprised by. But I tried to play Smash and I get very like I just button mash my way through, which I know you're not really meant to do, but that's the only way I can figure it out. But I always felt like if the three characters that would prompt me to actually get Smash for real would be Phoenix Wright, the Untitled Goose from the Untitled Goose game, or Carmen Sandiego. If those three go
Nice.
in, I am getting Smash and I am learning how to go pro.
Yeah, no, I think the Untitled Goose would be a good one.
Smash Goose. You just honk. Karma would be cool. Yeah, Karma would be cool. She is originally a video game character. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, they know her from Netflix or, you know, the various TV renditions. But she was originally video game character. Common for Smash, even though they're not adding any more people for Smash, which is a bit sad. But
Just not for this one. There, there will probably be another Smash game, because I mean, it's not like it has a story or a narrative or anything. They could just keep doing it.
yeah, but wouldn't they just release it for, like, you need a new console for that to happen?
Oh, I mean, maybe. It'll just depend on how long Nintendo wants to keep the Switch going around for. Because it looks like they're taking a bit of like the Nintendo DS approach, where they're just going to release slight iterations on it for probably the next 10 years.
Yeah, they've got the OLED, which is not much of a difference.
No, they're doing like those very gradual tweaks and improvements on it. And then they'll bring out I don't know, probably something like the Switch 3D.
Switch 3D! Oh no! See
Yep,
all the
it'll
animals
probably-
up close and personal.
Yeah, it'll be like your screen will be like staring down into a tunnel.
The OLED screen's a lot nicer. I have heard that. I don't know that it like, I have a Switch Lite as my personal one. I don't know if it's like it's enough to justify the expense of a whole new Switch.
Yeah, for like even for me, we're still rolling on one of the original like 2017 ones, but
Ah, yeah.
we mostly play it plugged into the TV, so you know, even the extra battery life you get from the updated regular versions
Yeah.
or the improved screen and everything of the OLED don't really need it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the Switch Lite first thing out of quarantine. When I was in mandatory quarantine for COVID, because I came back from the States. Got very jealous of everyone playing Animal Crossing. And so it's like the second I got out of quarantine, I got the Switch, and then that's how we get the festival. Was we try to figure out how to.
Ah,
Yeah, that's the origin story of the festival. Was Switch was the first thing. Switch Lite was the first thing I bought out of quarantine. Got really involved, fell in love with it, and I was like, can you, in theory, do performances? So Mace came over to my island. We tried it out. It was doable, and I was like, ooh, what if we made this a thing? And it became a thing. But yeah, and the thing with Switch Lite though is that, you know, you can't plug it to a TV. So we got a separate Switch for this festival, funded by Jewel Box Performances. Thank you for giving us the initial push to make this happen. But the main reason I would want to change my Switch Lite to a regular Switch is that I want to try out Ring Fit Adventure, and apparently it works better on a TV.
yeah. No, you gotta. We got Ring Fit Adventure,
Yeah.
and yeah, you need the TV, you need the Joy-Cons, because it comes with like a Pilates ring, and you slot one of the Joy-Cons into that, and it has a digital sensor where it can pick up when you're squeezing it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you need a regular Switch for Ring Fit Adventure,
Yep.
and you know, it's been very popular. And I think it actually, you know, in terms of fitness and all that, it works.
It
Like,
works, okay.
It's almost like an on-rails RPG in a way, where you have to do exercise to fight the monsters and get around the areas.
Yeah.
And I think for some people that's enough to actually get them coming back and, you know, exercising.
Yeah, I've heard that. Amaze is saying they love it too. Yeah, I've heard that story a lot. Characters customizing characters' attributes.
Yeah, you can give them different stats. You can put different outfits and everything on them. And I think, well, another thing that's it's to Ring Fit's credit is, like I mentioned with the VTubers, a lot of them like to play that, and so then during the harder workouts, you get a lot of moans that you should use headphones for.
Right.
As they're getting through some of the harder exercises.
I wonder if there's a way to borrow someone's Switch with the Ring Fit just to try it out. Because I feel like if I try to get a new Switch just so I can get Ring Fit to work, I'll probably play it for like 2 seconds and then forget it existed. Tom always with the
Yeah, 'cause
horny
part of
content.
Yeah, you need to, for someone like yourself, you have to get a whole new Switch,
Yeah.
and then you have to buy Ring Fit, and it's a bit more expensive than a regular game because it comes with all the extra peripherals and everything.
Yeah.
That it's a bit of an investment.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe if someone's got it, you can try it out, or maybe you can watch a couple of those VTuber sound compilations on YouTube
Yeah, yeah.
and see if it's your thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm meant to be
Yeah.
getting more exercise.
Oh, that's been one of the great things about lockdown for me is I don't think I've ridden my bike as much in this past couple of months as I have ever.
Oh, wow.
The hour that I would usually spend going to work in the morning,
Mm.
I can use to put a couple of Ks in on my bike, and then feel good after it. You're doing something good for your body. You get that out of the way in the morning, so you don't feel as bad about sitting in front of the computer all day responding to emails.
Right. I was doing a circus project with Women's Circus, but gyms were not open, which included circus classes, so didn't have that. I was like, I miss circus class, I miss dance class, and I'm hoping now that things are reopening, I can go back. I just haven't gotten myself sorted to actually go back to one, but they're so good. I find normal gyms intimidating. Or like, I go there, get frustrated that I'm not nearly as fit as anyone else in the room. Or like with circus or dance, they're very forgiving.
Yeah, no, I can see that the dance would be probably a lot more of a safer space where it's quite common for people to feel like they have to lose weight before they go to the gym so they can be seen to be looking good at the gym.
Yeah, or like you can't you have to be much stronger or much fitter. Otherwise you're struggling on an equipment for like who knows how long.
Yeah, and it's the sort of thing that you feel like you're expected to just know how all the equipment works, so you don't want to go ask anyone.
Yep. Like I was doing a flexibility class at a gym like a while ago, but it was hard because I was very clearly less fit than everyone else, and so even it was a beginner class, but even then I felt very behind. And I think that Jesus got a bit fed up of it, or like if they did show it explicitly, I had a feeling. But the Circus Oz had a contortion class, which is much the same thing in concept. But it's like, hey, they were open to all sorts of skill levels, and it was nicer to deal with because I didn't feel inadequate. I felt like, I'm accomplishing something cool.
Well, that's good. It's great that, there's somewhere you can be able to go somewhere that has that right sort of atmosphere. Because sometimes that can be the case, and it just sort of comes down to the people who go to that gym who are in that class.
Yeah.
So no, that's good. And it is that if you go somewhere and you feel comfortable and you feel like the people there are, tolerant or accepting of your skill level, that you're more inclined to go back. And that's how you get that fitness that you feel like or that flexibility that you feel like you should have already had.
Yeah. Maze, no, I can't plug my Switch Lite into the PC. The Animal Crossing Fringe Switch is a regular Switch. You can't plug in Switch Lites into an external stream at all. The end. Hence the need for a whole new Switch for Fringe Fest.
Maybe.
Unless there's a way to do it that no one has told me about. But I think like the whole point of the Switch Lite is that you can't really, it's only handheld, you can't plug it into anything.
Yeah, it's definitely like the modern day Game & Watch.
Game & Watch.
Yeah, maybe you can do a Fringe or another festival Ring Fit event, and that way you
Ring Fit! That can justify like the expense.
Yeah.
That is not a terrible idea, actually. Nintendo, you should pay me for this anyways.
Oh, you could just do it for for a regular festival? Like, I know Midsummer they move things around, but that's usually
Yeah,
at the
we
start
were
of
going to do one of these for Midsummer, and then like life happened. But yeah, I know Midsummer's been like pretty open. Like I've been working with them on like separate projects. But oh my god, an exercise festival.
the year. Yeah, and then you
ACNH
got,
Fringe
like,
presents a completely different game. We just branched out to being like the one-person video game festival, and Nintendo's like, I was playing Dragon
maybe-
Quest Builders earlier this year,
yeah.
and
Yeah, that's
that game you could run an event like Fringe Fest on it because it has the same kind of capability for like you can make a venue, like, and you can do whatever you want on said venue, blah blah blah. But you know, it doesn't have like the emotes and stuff, so there's only so much you can do with your character. But you could, in theory, run a festival on it.
Does it have multiplayer stuff?
Yes, it does have multiplayer. You can have people over and play together. It just the emotes are very limited and you can't sing. Well, there's microphones. They have like set up for a stage and stuff, so you could, in theory, make it work. I do not know how well it would play out. It seems to be like Minecraft, where it's like the appeal is in the visual more than it is in the performance.
Yeah, because I've seen streams of it, and it is kind of like a mix between Animal Crossing, Minecraft, and a Dragon Quest game.
Yeah. It is, like, with less animals, more people. Aren't you doing to stream? Again, the ACNH Fringe Switch is a normal Switch. My Switch Lite is my personal one. I am not streaming from it because I can't. I cannot stream from a Switch Lite. This is a whole separate device exclusively for ACNH Fringe, which I have managed to claim as a business expense. But it also means like I can't just put on any random game willy-nilly because I don't think I can justify that as a business expense. Unless I like reimburse myself, I guess. But
To make sure that whatever game you play on that Switch, you have to do on a stream in front of all these other people who can then watch you.
oh yeah, or just like yes, this is totally part of your art practice. Totally, yes.
Yeah.
Although speaking of like being part of my art practice and all of that, the big creative Victoria, but it started by Film Victoria, which is like the big like film industry, like peak body in the state.
Yeah.
They and a
Film
bunch of
Victoria.
other agencies have released a thing called the Vic Screen Strategy. So it's like their strategy for like supporting the screen industry for the next 5 years in Victoria and across Australia and la-di-da. And one of the things they are doing as a strategy thing is to further support, find ways to integrate screen culture with other creative industries. And so I've had a few chats with them because I'm working on a project to try and adapt the Grace Ace Attorney to the stage.
Oh yeah.
Right now I'm writing proposals for it because Capcom's asked for a proposal, but I can't really proceed any further until we get a yes from Capcom. But I've had conversations with them about like the Ace Attorney project and about ACNH Fringe, and it's like very much their wheelhouse. So we were ahead of the curve on this.
Yeah, before they finally realized how computers work and that people use them.
Well, I mean, it's big screen, so it's creative film big, so they have like a whole games industry thing anyway. But like the whole integration with the other creative industries, we're on the vanguard.
Yeah, no, that's great. That'd be a good project because I remember it was in a video or something talking about how many lines of dialogue is in an Ace Attorney game. That, like, there's so many more words in the script for one of their games compared to, like a novel or anything.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
it would be quite easy, almost if you're able to get all the actual, written dialogue for one of those games. You
Yeah.
get that and sort of cut it down and make it into a single cohesive narrative.
Oh yeah,
That
totally.
would, that would flow quite well.
Yeah, there's been many, many Japanese stage adaptations of the Ace Attorney series. Not the Great Ace Attorney, which is like the one that's set in Victorian England. But there's been the Takarazuka Review, which is like one of the big Japanese theater companies, has done a bunch of them. But it's not been an official English one yet. There's been a fan version, that's a web series, but there's not been like an official English one. And I've had this idea playing in my head for like ages, and I was like, maybe someday, but I don't know if Capcom would ever care. But I hunted around, found Capcom's licensing page. Someone gave me the link to it, and I just sent an email like, hey, what do I need to do to license an English version for stage play? Not expecting anything of an answer. I thought they will just laugh me out the door, but they replied to me within the week and were like, hey, we're the licensing department for stage and TV. Send us a proposal. We just need to know a few things. I'm like, okay, sure, great, cool, amazing. I have 0% idea what I'm doing.
No, that's great. And yeah, like Ace Attorney isn't the only like Japanese game to get a stage adaptation.
No, it's a whole genre in Japan. Persona 5's had one. Danganronpa has had one. Nier Automata, I think, has it as like actually part of the canon and not just here's an adaptation of the game.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, they did like a stage production that's sort of like a prequel to the game.
Yeah, but it's not really a thing in English yet. There's been a few university projects, and there's a Oregon Trail parody in Chicago, but that's about it. There's a German adaptation of Kingdom Hearts. But there isn't really much of anything, so this would be, if we are successful with the proposals, this would be one of the first like major English adaptations, which is exciting.
That would be good. Because unfortunately, especially when it comes to movies, video game adaptations haven't been all that successful.
Yeah. But there's so much potential for storytelling. There's so many stories. They just need to be in a different medium.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you could just take some of the classic cases and dramatize those.
Yeah.
Sort of, doing the best playthrough version of them.
Yeah.
And then there you go. Yeah, you've got to you do that. Whether you want to have it all be a single, the cases that tie into a single story.
Yeah.
You've got it there sorted.
Yeah, that's why I picked the Great Ace Attorney in particular, because it has all of these connections to Sherlock Holmes. Or they've had to localize him in English as Sherlock Holmes, because Arthur Conan Doyle estate is apparently very annoying to deal with. And actually, the Capcom licensing people, at first they were like, oh, we can't license Sherlock to you because we found that a big problem on our end. Just FYI, you might need to figure something out. And I was like, ooh, do I need to find like an Aussie Sherlock? Like, how would we solve this problem? But then, in 24 hours later, they got back to me and said, actually, just use Sherlock. Correction, just use Sherlock. Don't try to find a replacement. I was like,
you just have to do the classic, like all the Ace Attorney names.
Yeah, like they've adapted it as Sherlock Holmes, but they were like, just use our name. Like, don't try to find a replacement. They're like, thank you, you made our life a little easier.
That's good. Would you try to come up with other names though?
We were sort of battling it around, and we were thinking like one way to do it was to find an Australian detective and then try to like get the rights for that. So we were like, me and Marissa were bouncing around like, who are some well-known detectives in Australian fiction? And a friend came up with like, to reference it, you get someone to read Better Homes and Gardens. Get the plot points that way.
Right.
Oh, 1500. Oh, okay, so you get a pay rise if a villager is specifically hunting you down. This is interesting. I don't think I've heard anyone else say about it. We have made a discovery on ACNH Fringe today, folks.
There we go. It's dropped here.
Dropped here.
That's in demand.
Okay,
up.
so we're starting the end game. Jenny, if you're still here, this is major spoilers. We're starting to get to the bit I've been waiting for, which is quite. You're supposed to be at work in 20 minutes, but but to the restaurant. Let me show you the restaurant I made. There's a few big things that happen here. I made a dinner theater as a restaurant.
Oh wow, look at that.
Bye, Dropbot. Bye, Jenny. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, this is big spoilers. Yeah. Bye. But it will.
Kanpai.
Sorry?
Oh, that's what they say in Japan for cheers. Kanpai.
Oh, kanpai. Yeah, it's very good. Yay! Thank you. I love Wardell's like little mustache thing. So you build like the venues, the village, like the other villagers sometimes hang out. But because I've set up a dinner theater kind of cabaret space, sometimes someone sits where the stage chair is. So like, yes, our special guest for tonight is.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
Yeah, I think that villager gave me the idea. Like on my island, I was like, that's an excellent idea. It fits the vibe. All right. So we've got the celebration is our restaurant named MC's Eats. Thanks to Marissa, Manayaka for like giving me the idea. But we've got one big project to do. So we're not gonna celebrate too long because I have to do one last thing. And then we'll unlock the thing I was waiting to unlock this entire stream, this whole time. And I'll try to be quick about it. Yeah, we're so close. Yes! Final stage, an apparel shop. We're making a merch store.
Ooh.
Now that we have our logo and everything, we're making a merch store.
I'll let you work on that, Tiara. I've got to go.
Oh, no worries. Thanks for hanging out with me for like 2
No, that's
hours.
all right. We'll see. I'm going to catch up with some people from work because of lockdown. You know, some people have left and gotten other jobs, and we weren't able to properly say goodbye. So
yeah.
I'm going to see them. But I can jump on Discord and see if you're still streaming when I get back.
Sure. All right. Thanks
All
so
right,
much,
it was
Tom. Thank you.
Good to catch up again. I'll
Yeah.
have to keep an eye on the Twitch stream a bit more.
Yeah.
And
Where can people find
see
you?
what you're doing in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess for me, yeah, probably the best thing is like I've got a website called tombrazo.com. Same with YouTube. You can see the Fringe special that I did last year. It's still up there.
Yep.
I haven't done anything yet, but as I mentioned, now that I got secure work, secure housing, and I'm stuck, off in the fringe of the city. That I need creative projects to do, so I might either start streaming or start doing videos again.
Yep.
So you can check that out and be the first to know if I finally decide to do something.
Cool. Alrighty. I will let you head to work.
It was great hanging out, Tiara. I'll catch you around.
Thanks, Tom. See you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right. So we have a mud store. You gotta get a spring very soon. So back in 20. Ooh, 4 hours. Oh. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we've... Hang on. Sorry, I was thinking aloud to myself. Blah, 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 blah. Spring soup. La Nina is taking the joy of spring away from me, but it is sunny outdoors, so... Yes. You're making a merch store. Let me make a merch store. I think it's a good size for a merch store. First thing I always do when it comes to making these houses, which apparently is the thing a lot of people do, is I set the wallpaper and the flooring. Because I feel like that sets the vibe a lot. So let's see what are our options. This is very Uniqlo. Let's. I want something fun. Well, not Hot Topic, but something fun. Wait, hang on. What if? That's very hectic, but we might have something fun here. Ooh. Ooh, I kind of like that. I might keep that. And now let's do something fun for the flooring. I think I have party flooring unlocked. Wow, it's so different to be streaming when you don't have someone to bounce off. Club flooring. There we go. Our merch store is a nightclub. Right. Oops. Now, our merch store needs places to put merch in. Where's the order? There we go. Shopping boxes. On my personal island, I made this to be a thrift, like a clothes swap thrift store situation. Alright, I'm just gonna take all the clothing racks and then make it position. Putting a stream on my phone so I can still listen. Aw, so spiffy. Yeah, it's our merch store. Although I'm trying to figure out how I want my merch to be displayed. Maybe I'll do coat racks. I don't want it to be like too formal looking, you know? Alright. Cool clothes on one end and let's put our Fringe Fest logo on the other end. Alright, let's change up. Oh, that's our only options. Good. Make it white just because it sort of disappears into the back. But I can't change what's on there. It's a little annoying. You make you gold. I like gold. Alright. Mannequins. Can I move you up there? No, I can't. So the mannequins have to live on the ground. I'm training for your stream later. Ooh, Masan, do you also do streaming? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Right. Can I change you to be less orange? Let's do blue. Because I feel like it's a predominant color for our island. Nope, not a pattern. I love that we have his new logo. We need a place for a cashier to sit. So let's find a counter. Why don't I have any counters? is some yellow black ones. Let's change it up a bit. There you go. You can pick up the boxes, the baskets from there. Like cash register. Oh, actually, I'll change up one of these. Because there's a different furniture item that's a little more interesting. Which is... Where are you? That. You can get sunglasses and stuff. There is no rhyme or reason to my colors, TBH. But... Give you pets. We'll give you dresses. Ooh, cool. What sort of stuff do you stream, Masked? Any more while I fix up this apparel shop. Oh, so that's what he hit up. Calico. Oh, the cat game. I've seen that around. It's on my wish list, but I also have a ever-growing wish list. I'm like, and especially now this like Black Friday sales. Like, yeah, I'll totally buy these games, and I've sometimes like bought perhaps way too many. And for Calico, tried to do a community game with Chef Squad. Okay. Is Calico good? Because I want to check it out, but I also know I'll check it out, and then I end up like just playing Animal Crossing, or like get stuck on one game forever. It's very janky. It's very cute. Yeah, it's a bit of a shaman game, so like a janky. I played Sable recently, and it's good, but it is janky. It's a little hard to like get it to work because of like the tech issues. Alright, I'm gonna make you all multicultural. It's very relaxing. Yeah, I bet. Alright, and you can be... That is interesting. I don't know that pattern quite works in that manner. I'm gonna give you the... Well, like, these are starting ones. You're gonna blend to the background. What if I just give you the ACNH Fringe logo? There we go. Alright. We got mannequins. I'm keeping this simple because it's a merch stall. Chef Quad is a... Okay. Oh, we need mags. Buy our mags. Can you put things? Oh yeah, you can put things on the glass. Put your parking here a bit. Ah! No, don't go away. There you go. You get a free program with everything we're doing. Get a free island guide. Stuff will appear on screen and people will just type that out in the chat. Right, okay. There we go. You get accessories and you get your nails done. And the streamer says people do different stations. Oh, it says a kitchen. Okay. Like, what sort of stuff do people say in the chat? Like, what sort of prompts are there?
My voice is going. Where's my voice going? My voice should not be going. Alright. We can do ACNH Fringe shirts. And we'll duplicate that and do Melbourne Fringe shirts. Because why not? Can't remember actually because we panicked right here, running out of time to serve the customers. Is it like a what's his face? Overcooked? Ooh, I know what one. Are the shoes customizable is my question. Ooh, they are. Yeah, I know it. Okay. I'm gonna give you 2 kinds of shoes. You know, it doesn't look like we're selling any shoes. I might yes. And come back here. Which is, we are going to put our Slotwalk Melbourne design as one of them. And the other one, we're gonna put our Turnips by the Sea, which I'm still trying to like actually make to a custom design you can download from our custom design thingo, or this custom design portal. Still trying to convert that. Alright, so I've got my items. Let's put some decor. I feel like this place needs music. Because it is our merch store. Question is, where do you find? Put the hands on it. It's a bit jammed in with like the 2 mannequins. I think I can move them. There you go. I never played Overcooked, but I've seen it. Yeah, same. Like I've never played it, but I've seen like a lot of chaos. I might have tried once, I don't remember, but I've definitely seen people play it. Okay, so we've got that. I think we're good. Oh, I'll put something on top of those 2. I'm gonna put up there. Ooh, I like the starlights. I do that. There you go. Bit vibey. What can we hang? Did you get the Palestinian aid bundle? I've not gotten that bundle in particular. I've gotten the one. It was like the immigration one or something. Like it was early in the year. It was one of the first massive bundles. Calico's in the. Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's good to know. Is the bundle still around? Do you know? I can put a screen. Yeah. No, you're not sure. Hopefully still around. There was that other big I feel like it was like an immigration related bundle or like some other political bundle. It was a big one. And I was trying to get Here's Your Fucking Papers, which is a game I made all about immigration on it. But couldn't quite get that to like work. Because it was when they were overloaded, they're like, message us with like why your game should be on here. And I'm like, because it fits the theme of your bundle. But I don't think they took that on. Alright. Merch from our performers. By performers, I mean KK Slider. the wall. KK slider. If I had like some custom designs of like all y'all who've been on, I'd just say, oh no, June. Oh, that was a while ago. June 12th. Oh, it might have been that one then. Because if it's that one, then I might have it. But I'll have to double check. Because if it's like that far away, then I think it's the bundle I got. But I'll have to double check and see. There we go. A wall full of music. It is a very sparkly room. That's kind of the idea. You know, it's like this is our merch store, so I want to make it like epically sparkly. Ooh, hang on. I got a better idea. Here we go. And you can customize these lights. So I'll show you something really cool. I'm not sure all the lights will fit, but let me check. There we go. Yeah, we had like a wall of sound. Can I move the wall of sound sort of downwards? Yes. Does that allow me to add... You're having lunch. What's for lunch? I have had a very small lunch. Because today has been a bit of a rough day. I'll get rid of this. Kway teow. Oh! Chak kway teow! Kway teow is so good. Do you fit? No. Yeah, I know. There we go. Stars everywhere. Alright, I think that's plenty for us. Like, this is very empty. Hang on. I'm gonna add something. Which is the autographs. Where'd the autographs go? Here. And let's see if I can add a custom design. No. Boo. I just duplicate this. This might not. Different signature. Alright. Add some lights. I'm gonna add a disco ball. Because I can! Let's do a walk test. Let's check my messages. Not giving me a message yet. Play some music. Shuffle. Alright. Let's change. The entryway a bit. If I had bean desserts. Well! The opportunity has never come up, but also I'm not a fan of bean desserts. Like, I've not been a fan of like red bean stuff. So I guess the opportunity has never really come up because it's not because I'm on tastes. If someone ever asked me about it, then probably. But like, yeah. Durian's been like an interesting thing to try and negotiate. Alright, there's our merch store. I think we did good for this. I'll try not to spend too much time. How are things going? Chendol. I love Chendol! I don't think anyone's ever asked me what chendol is. You don't often see it here. So I don't think the opportunity to explain has come up. But yeah, I think a lot of it is like no one really asked me for like opinions on my dessert. They can go and ask whatever shop selling thing. Okay, alright. So this is our merch store. Anything is fine. I mean, some places sell it, but it's not very common. I want, not Octavian. Chris is our resident fashionista. Oh, onde. I don't 100% know what that is. Like I know the name, but I don't remember. There we go. You are a fashionista. But I want to change what you're wearing. You are wearing our official uniform. Can I get you to do that? Yes, I can. Yes. There we go. Chrissy was our like cafe. Alright. Alright, we're getting very close. Even a name. So all our buildings here, we've got a cafe, a restaurant, and a hospital. And our... Oh, okay, right. Yeah. I remember those. I forgot that's what they're called. I can't spell Fringe Fest. Pandan. Green because of green food color. Fringe Fest merch. Fringe merch is probably enough. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Has it been 20 minutes? Is Mace back? We'll go on my phone. Alright. So we're getting to the epic bit. Almost. Alright. This is our merch store. You can get officially branded merch and other fun designs. You can't see anyone past the counters. I'm gonna send a quick message to Bran. Because he said he might be available to 5. Your rehearsal. Check out the stream. Even if you're just watching on Twitch, that's fine. Epic things are happening in a second. So Brad's got a message. Hi! Global David G. You've come at a good time, but remind me who you are. The whole year, yeah. I also sent a message to Murray. Murray said they were gonna be here. I don't know what happened. So, epic thing happening on stream. In back. Go check. Yeah. In a few minutes. Alright. I already know Murray. I've sent Murray a message. I've sent Brad a message. Jewelbox David. Oh my god! Jewelbox David! Hi! Hello. Welcome. How? We are getting to something super epic. We've been making an merch store. This is easier shown than explained, honestly. It's been a whole year. Jewel Box is the reason we managed to get this started in the first place. Now you can see the fruits of our labor. There's a whole other side game where you can make islands and make vacation homes. We're getting to this point. We did it! You take a photo. There we go. You got a second job as a vacation home redesigner. Okay. So, I don't know if all the people I've messaged are here. Hopefully they'll come. This is a heads up for a strobe light warning. For this special event, there's a heads up strobe lights. So, 1 year ago, we held the first Fringe Festival on Animal Crossing, New Horizons. 12 hours of performances and events and games and shenanigans. 2 weeks of preview streams followed by 12 hours of amazingness. Exactly 1 year ago. 1 year, almost 1 year later, Nintendo has decided what we did was a good idea. And so for your closing event for Happy Home Paradise, we have you know what Nintendo is doing as their big finale event for Happy Home Paradise? That's right. They're doing their very own music festival with DJ KK. A music festival Nintendo made. Obviously inspired by us. I mean, I don't know what obviously, but yeah. This is the credits. This is the thing I was working so hard to unlock. Nintendo has made their own Animal Crossing festival. Right? And you get to dance. So, congratulations. 1 year anniversary of Fringe Fest. And now Nintendo is giving us away. Take credit. Well, I mean that to us, Nintendo. It's why we got all this stage stuff. Happy 1 year anniversary! Animal Crossing New Horizons Fringe Festival. Now we have an actual proper festival. These are all the pictures of the islands we've made. The houses we made, rather. What I want to, if I had enough editing power, I want to like change all the screenshots to like our performances and like change the names. Happy 1 year! You all made my dreams come true 1 year ago. I never get to party. Where was this last year, to be honest with you? We made this last year. We had... I need to look it up our artist list because we did so much! It did feel like Fringe Fest Flat White. Yeah, that's a cafe! That's MCZ, that are like little restaurant. Dinner theater. Oh, I made Wardella houses very cute. Playlist. I'm very unprepared. I remember you making that on stream. Ah, you watched it. Yeah, I think you were there. Alright, on our Fringe Fest Festival, we had Emma Michelle, Nemesis, Tanisha Bracken, who's the reason we have African American hairstyles. Master Word with Eleanor's Board Games, Jenny DeGill, who gave us a fashion show, Silica Rotherwood, Bradley Storer with a Secret House Cabaret. Aya and Amani Nasim doing deep sea diving. KK Slider made his Mellow Fringe debut, you know, before he became DJ KK. Our variety show performers. Tuesday Adsinger, Shamini Kumar from 24 Cat Productions, Samantha Serna, Marissa Wickamanayaka, Thomas Wade, who was in the chat earlier, Andrew Hobbs, Bradley again, closing off with Appalach, and my co-producer, Maze Wallen, and everyone who joined us for the 2 weeks beforehand, the Jewel Box to Melbourne Fringe, to Darabin Arts for the funding, and now Nintendo for giving us an actual music festival. 1 year. Vidya Raja, Vidya and Alistair from Nemesis, yep. So many more. Let me just look up who are our guests. Emma, Michelle, Jane DeGill, Jess Cochran, Sunanda Satratrakul and Samantha Serna, Slutwalk Melbourne, Austin Khan, Tuesday Adsinger, Marissa. Super famous DJ KK, not as famous as like ACNH Fringe. We debuted DJ KK back when he was just KK Slider. Lauren Malarvi on saxophone, yes. Thank you. Why do I not have that on my Fringe stream? My bad. I should double check that because it should be there. So she should be there. My bad. Oh no, I didn't put in playlist. Yes, thank you for the reminder. And everyone who joined us for 12 hours. Oh, and oh my god, Brittany, who took over for an hour while we set up for the variety show. I have forgotten your your username, but Brittany, thank you. She was so good. We couldn't get video from it, so I don't have it on our playlist. But ta-da! 25,000. Thank you for the monies. All right. I should go dancing. I can't wait to bust out these moves. Yes, you learned how to dance. We needed this last year. I needed to figure out how to dance last year. Nintendo, I know you were spying on us. Otherwise, this is going to be a very weird coincidence. But hey, we did it. Here's our music festival. And with that, I will keep the music festival running. I am done talking. My voice is going. I'll leave the music festival running for like a while. So if anyone's jumping into the stream a little late, that's fine. If you want to just put it on music, that's fine too. Great 1 year. Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to hang out and listen to JJKK and that if you want. I am Creatrix Tiara, Artistic Director of ACNH Fringe. This has been 1 year. There's probably going to be more, maybe more streams. Who knows? We'll see. But otherwise, have a good rest of your Sunday. Happy 1 year anniversary. Thank you everyone who helped us get this far. And have a great evening. Woohoo! Alright, I think I'll call it. We closed off our last stream with a remix of Welcome Horizons, and so did KK. Oh, hang on. I was gonna call it, and then Brad's like, I'm just on my way home now. Surprise! I might hang around for a bit, cause I just want Brad to come by and check it out. Somewhere I was gonna buy for a bit, but Brad's like, I'm on my way home now. So I'll wait till Brad comes by. I want him to check this out. So what he says hello and goodbye, and then I'll buy it for real. Psych. But let me go ask people to dance. You can ask people to come dance with me. So I'll do that. Let's get the merch store people come here. But if you wanna you can leave if you want. But thanks for joining me. Brad was just stole my thunder. Hello. You can get merch store. Let's go dance it. You get the whole like credit sequence again. So I might do it again for Brad to show up. Right. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for joining. I'm just keeping this going because Brad is on the way home. And so I'm waiting till he comes by so we can see the credit sequence again. And maybe Murray will like wake up and show up too. Thanks for everyone who came by and joined. I'll be here for a bit. Mostly so Brad can see what's going on. But if you want to head back, you can. You can hang around if you want. But thank you for joining! Enjoy your soup base and your great cow. You can see all the places we made. You can follow us on our social. I should be plugging ourselves. ACNHFringe.cc, ACNH Fringe on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you. Alright. I was gonna bail, and I was waiting for Brad, but let's party. More party. More party. Oh my god, finally. Brad, get on stream room. There you go. Brad, I got you in the right room. You can have your mic on or not, it's up to you. You're on Discord. Oh, you're gone. Ah! You're gone. Get back on Discord. Yep, they're still here. If anyone's still watching. Bradley's story is finally like come online. I'm just trying to get him sorted so we can like show him this. He was on Discord for like 2 seconds and then disappeared. I'm back! You're still here. Alright, hopefully we get Brad on board. But while Brad is on board, I'm gonna like set up. Oops, what have I just done? I have somehow set the controls to be the opposite. Oh, that's very weird. It's mirrored on Discord. So I'm gonna hide a bit. Hopefully Brad hasn't seen too much of what's going on while I wait for Brad to come back. Ah! Oh, that's interesting. On Discord's all mirrored. I've only discovered this now. Hang on. Are you on... Discord or Twitch? I can't tell. Brad! If anyone's sort of watching this on like the YouTube kind of recap, probably like, what's going on? It went like for music festival for 40 minutes and then suddenly I'm rambling again. I'm just trying to get one of my artists back so I can show him a thing. And hopefully he hasn't quite seen what the thing is yet. I'm on Discord. Brad, I don't... come to the stream room on Discord. It's one of the voice channels. On the ACNH Fringe. Brad, you're nearly there. You see a room called the stream room? Either that or I'm dragging you here. Might be easier. Hello!
Hello!
There you are. Okay, hi. Yes, surprise. 40 minutes later. I don't know how much
Here
you got
I
to
am.
see. This is Bradley Storer, one of our artists for the ACNH Fringe Festival last year, 1 year ago. I was just about to bail, and then I got your message. And I'm like,
Sorry?
oh, I'm holding on for you because I want you to see a thing. I don't know if you got to see a little bit of what was going on when you jumped on.
I'm coming into this blind. I have no idea what's happening.
Okay, so you know what? So anyone who's also jumping in, I don't know if Mason, David, I'm still here, or anyone's coming in late. 1 year ago, as you know, Brad, we had a Fringe Festival on Animal Crossing,
Uh-huh.
and you were one of our
Did we?
performers.
I can't remember.
You were on here twice. Well,
I know. It's like, was I there? I can't remember.
I know it's a bit of a blur, isn't it? About a year
Crystal
later.
Method hell of a drug. Sorry.
About a year later, I am trying to pester this girl. About a year later, Nintendo has decided, you know what's an excellent idea to add to the game? A music festival.
Yes!
They have jacked our idea.
No!
Famous designer
Aw.
Fringe Hub. So I wanted to wait, we've already played this sequence earlier, so we were like, but you can invite other people to come dance with you. So I wanted to make sure you were
Aw.
here so you could see this. There's a side DLC called Happy Home Paradise where you make people's vacation homes. So that's who you're seeing, all the screenshots.
Oh,
Are all the
yeah,
homes we made for
lovely.
people. And after you build 30, the music festival unlocks. So you're in an arts college.
Yay!
It's yeah, they took our idea, I'm pretty sure. But it's also very cute.
So cute. Oh god. I was driving past the Gardens of the Way to Rehearsal, and just like there was an actual physical music festival set up. I was just like, what is this?
Music festivals everywhere.
Yeah. I know. I'm just like, oh my god.
How
Flowery Bowery.
Yes. This girl, this Naomi, chased after me and wanted me to build her house. And we found out today that if you build her, someone chases after you and wants you to build a house for them, you get paid extra.
Yay!
And I think we figured this out for the first time. Like, I haven't seen anyone else write about it. So I think we made a discovery. We debuted. We contributed something to the fan base.
You are a pioneer, but not in the colonialist sense.
A pioneer. We had the first Fringe festival, and then Scranton Fringe did their own. I wonder how they went. And then Nintendo decided, you know what would be great? We had a Fringe festival. We had a music festival.
Oh. Can I ask, how has the stream been going this afternoon?
It was going alright. Tom showed up. Tom Brozo came to chat with us for an
Oh,
hour.
lovely.
Maze and David from Jewelbox and Jenny the Gale came by on the chat. It was quiet. I was hoping there'd be more people. But yeah, I've been grinding for the last week to get to the point to unlock the music festival.
Oh, no, amazing.
I want
Little
to,
dancing.
little dancing, everybody. I want to figure out how to edit these credits to put in our performances.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so presenting Bradley Store, and then a screenshot of you at the secret house
Oh.
and stuff like that. There should be a way to do it. I'm just not very skilled or have a lot of time for editing.
I know, I'm just like, you've been fairly busy.
Yes. Thank you. There you go. I waited for you to show up so I could show you this and then finally close out the stream. I know it's only been practically 5 minutes. but I wanted to make sure
No,
you
that-
caught it because you have been a support from the very beginning.
Oh, thank you so much for holding it for me so I could come see it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh god.
Okay. Now
I
we're
say you probably need a rest now, darling. God.
All right. Now we're bailing for real. Thanks to anyone who's joining in or watching it on YouTube and waited for 40 minutes until I could drag Brad in here. You can find
Poor
us
thing
at
had to wait for
ACNH
40 minutes.
at ACNH Fringe, almost everywhere. We might come back Sunday. I don't know. We've still got more island renos to do. But yeah, thanks for joining in. We came up with this first. Just so everyone is clear. This was our idea. Nintendo, we're coming.
The
for you.
originals.
Nintendo, we're sending you a cease and desist. No, we're not really. We say this now and then Nintendo sends me out. Sounds like the next day. Anyway, thanks for joining in. Enjoy the music festival. Enjoy any real music festivals that are probably happening around the same time. And have a good night. Bye.
Bye.